Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back. So in this video, we want to look at actually creating an Elixir project. And Elixir actually comes with a tool called Mix, which we're going to use. It's a build manager, so it actually compiles our code. It manages imports and dependencies that our project needs. And it also has a built-in unit testing framework. And if you've ever done development in other languages, unit testing is sometimes an afterthought, and it's always the most complicated thing to implement once it's an afterthought. So the fact that it comes with its own built-in, baked-in unit testing framework, that's pretty cool. So what we want to do is I have my Elixir folder. It's completely emptied out, so I'm going to go ahead and navigate over to that. There's nothing in here. And I'm going to say mix, new, and then we're going to create our first project name, which is called first. It should be all lowercase, by the way. And then I'm going to say module, and then we need to go ahead and say first, all uppercase. All right, so that's our project name. Now Mix is going to create a bunch of different files and things that we need for our project. So now if we dir into this, you can see we have a first directory, and there's all kinds of files in here, including a Git file. So it's all built for Git, and you have a test file for running tests and things like that. You can see they use some of the extensions here. It's a mix of EXS and ES. So remember, EX, which is the compiled version, and EXS is the dynamic version. But we don't have to get into too much of that at this moment. Now, one important file that this created for us is the mix.exs file. And this actually tells us all kinds of different things where it says first.mix file. You can see first is obviously the name of our project. So it created a module for our first. And then there's quite a bit of comments in here. We haven't even got into comments within Elixir yet, but for the moment, you don't have to understand what all of this stuff means. But let's go ahead and look inside the lib, and you can see that there's a first.ex. So this is actually our compiled project, because remember our project name is first. So if I wanted to go to the command prompt here, and I wanted to actually compile our project, then I would say mix compile. And you can see that it actually generated our first app and everything, and it created everything that we need inside of our project directory. And if we look in here, that it was compiled by default, so we don't have anything extra going on in here. There is a build folder now. Now, the build file is actually where all the compilation files go after that compilation process. Now, what's going to be interesting, though, is after you compile your project, you can actually run it within the emulator that is the IEX emulator by saying IEX-S mix. And now you can see that we're inside this interactive shell. But the interesting thing is that inside the shell, we can actually have access to all different modules that our project consists of. So where I had said before in the previous videos of this tutorial series where we were writing everything in memory, this is a much more robust, because we can create all these different modules and then run our tests and our assertions and expectations within this interactive command prompt to see to see things working in action a little bit easier than having to basically run an entire project, step through this and that, or navigate to this page in order to see the output and things like that. So I don't know, this is definitely a pretty helpful feature. All right, so let's go back to our project real quick, and we're going to go to our lib, and we're going to create another file in here, which we're going to just call, let's just call it test.ex. That's fine. And it's going to be a defined module, and we'll just call it, we'll just call it test. That's fine. And if I said A, B, actually, I'm not going to do that. What am I doing? So define module test to, and then inside here we'll say define add A, B, and then we say A plus B, and we'll end this and end that. All right, so now that we have this module of test.add, let's go ahead and save the file. We're going to recompile, so go back to the command prompt. If you press the up arrow, we can go back to the mix compile statement. All right, and now if we run the emulator, all right, so if we said test.add, you can see that we're now able to execute that module that we created. And that's the benefit that I was trying to explain just a second ago, is that you can write your modules, and in order to be able to require them and use them in your environment and things like that, then you just run this command and you can start testing all your different features and functionality and things like that. So it's a pretty cool feature, I think, of the entire Elixir project. All right, guys, make sure you subscribe, vote up the video. I appreciate all the support, and have a good day. Bye. Hey, guys, so a lot of you asked me, how do I get my foot in the door to become a programmer? And I just want to take a moment to mention Dev Mountain Coding Bootcamp is a 12-week intensive course that focuses on the technologies of the here and now for web development. Some of the things that they're actually teaching in this 12-week course, it's geared to get you into the industry by focusing on things like jQuery, Node.js, React, Angular, how to use GitHub. So a lot of the things that you're going to need to do as a developer, as soon as you start, they're going to be teaching you in this coding bootcamp. And the entire goal is to be able to get you into the industry within 12 weeks. So if you guys are interested in learning more information about Dev Mountain Coding Bootcamp, just check out the link in the description tab of this video. Thank you for watching, and have a good day.